Good morning and welcome to Tea with Nicole. I thought I'd start these sessions so that I could help buyers and sellers understand some of the intricacies of what's involved with working with an agent and selling your house or deciding you want to buy a house. These are big investments and, it mean a lot to people in terms of financial spend, in terms of memories, in terms of, planning and truly understanding the complexities of a lot of the legal stuff that goes on. So this morning, as I enjoy my cup of tea, I thought it would be good to talk about some of the contracts that you might come in contact with, or what contracts you can expect to sign when you're working with an agent. So today's going to be focused on the buyer. And when you start working with an agent, one of the first things that'll happen is an agent will ask you to sign an exclusive buyer agency. Now, this is something that you only sign if you're comfortable with the agent, if you feel that they are knowledgeable about their market, and that they're going to represent you adequately in what it is that you are looking to find and the time frame that you have, and also that they are a good source of information for how you go about this, and they can talk you through the process from A through Z, and also start you right off at the beginning of talking to the right lenders who can tell you about what options there are and what funding you can get for the area that you're in. So if you are happy with your agent, as I say, one of the first things that'll happen is they'll ask you to sign an exclusive buyer agency agreement. And basically what this does is it locks you into working with this buyer's agent, who's going to represent your interests in finding and negotiating and completing the sale of a home that you wish to purchase. Something else that you will find that you should receive from your agent is a document in Maryland, certainly, which is the Understanding Whom document. And this really just explains the different people who are involved in a real estate transaction. Who's who? So who is the buyer's agent? Who is the seller's agent? What is a sub-agent? And what is dual agency? These are all terms that you will come across in this document, and it's explained. So obviously the buyer's agent is somebody who's representing the buyer, and the seller's agent is representing the seller. And both of these have a fiduciary interest in representing who you are, whether you be the buyer or whether you be the seller. Let me take a sip of my tea. So it also then talks about dual agency. And this would be something else that you would quite likely sign, is another form, which is the consent to dual agency. What dual agency is if you think of some of the larger real estate companies, or even in Caris, where we have over 40 different agents working under the same broker, Christie Eisler. So inevitably, especially if you're working in a smaller local market like I am in Frederick, you're going to find that you're showing clients that are seeing houses that are being listed by other Caris agents. Now, those Caris agents are responsible to the broker, Christie Eisler, at Caris Realty. So now you have somebody who's representing the seller and somebody who's representing the buyer, and we're both working with the same broker, and that is what's called dual agency. The other thing that you'll come across is something called dual agency in a team. Now, dual agency in a team is, again, very similar situation. You are all working for the same agent or the same brokerage, and within that brokerage you might have different teams. So, for instance, I'm on the Susan Reichel team. And within Susan's team, there are several different agents who may, again, be listing a property that I might bring a buyer to. So again, it puts you in the situation where there's a dual agency representation. I hope this was of use. Join me. I'm going to try and make a weekly podcast for you where I can go through different aspects of selling a home, and at the same time, enjoy a cup of tea. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you next week.